since I fired my job, bro.
Right.
I ain't had a month off in like work and life since I remember. I got in a fight, and I'm live right now. But I got in a fight, and you see this right here. I had to get surgery on my hand. You know what I'm saying? They call it a boxer's fracture. And I took 3 months off of work, but I was getting paid. So at the time, I'm getting paid commission and hourly. So you get disability in California. I didn't know that. I didn't know disability covers my commission as well. So them checks was coming in like I was still working. And them checks was like $8,000 to $10,000. So I'm like, I went to my doctor and I'm like, bro, I think this shit still ain't good. Yeah, I did 6 figures. 6 figures plus. That's why when I fired them, it was a big deal. Everybody's like, you sure you want to do that?
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, I got to do it for myself.
For like Prada?
Yeah.
That's all commission or just like?
Well, they gave you commission, and the way it works is, let's say if you sell over a certain threshold within that month, your commission goes up for the rest of that month. So if I reach my quota by the middle of the month, I'm getting like an extra 2-3%. You know what I'm saying? And so I was killing the system.
It's only a few niggas who can cross over from the streets to the business world.
Bro, I did.
We two of them.
I did $3.5 million in sales my first year. That's how much I was selling. So, when you got that kind of skill set, you can work for yourself. Because I'm like, bro, if I can sell that much for them, if I sell half of that, a quarter of that for myself, I knew that skill was transferable with anything. But the skill wasn't the selling, it was the observation, the communication, the learning. It was everything else that I was able to develop. All right, peace, family. Peace. All right, listen. I'm here with my good brother, Aristotle. Hold on. Hey, yo, I gotta add my ebook to the package as well.
Okay.
Because, my ebook is $44. So I'd rather just add that to the package of $25 and people just get everything.
Let's get it.
Yeah. So family, listen, I am in Ghana. And we've been having a great time. Me and my good brother. It's been amazing. Yesterday we was able to go see the chief. We was able to go see the imam. And it was a powerful experience. It was an amazing experience. I'm grateful for the experience. And the reason, y'all gotta understand, I don't actually get to share everything. So the thing of it is, when I do share stuff, it's only a small bit. I literally trimmed 19 seconds of my encounter with the imam. And I'm doing that because part of my mission is to inspire and to demonstrate, right? And there's a lot of visual things. There's a lot of things that we don't get to see because we're constantly bombarded with things that don't matter to us, right? Whether it's sex, whether it's music, whether it's gossip, whether it's entertainment, whatever it may be, that's all we get bombarded with. And so I'm like, how about I put out the type of things that I want to see? Now, I know that that's going to trigger some people who are haters, and that come from a bloodline of people who like to hate. You know what I mean? Great-grandfather was probably a hater, so it's probably tradition in the family. But I'm not here to stop your tradition. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here to give you more things to hate on. But at the same time, I know some of y'all love it, right? A lot of people love it. And, I really want to inspire the culture to go to the next level, especially when it comes to enlightenment, when it comes to growth, when it comes to demonstration, when it comes to power, when it comes to elevation, when it comes to execution, when it comes to environment. That's what it's all about. And reminding us we gods. We can go across this whole planet Earth and get love. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, when I was younger, one of the things that they would teach us in school was that heaven is money, good homes, and friendships of all walks of life, right? And so all walks of life is what we demonstrate, right? I may be able to go to Europe and get love. I can go to Brazil. I can go to Liberia. I can go to Iberia. I can go to Germany. I can go to Russia. I can go wherever the hell I want to on this planet Earth. And it don't matter what the narrative is that you've been told, right? You got to remember 196,940,000 square miles of this planet Earth belongs to you. You know what I'm saying? And when you're able to claim domain over your planet Earth, things change. You feel me? So that's the demonstration, right? And I'm gonna continue to do things that defy whatever your tradition is in your mind and what you think that I should do, right? Because the rules that have been written in this world have not been made for me to exalt myself to a high level. It's been made to keep me down at this level. So if I obey the rules, all that means is I'm being ruled. That's all that means. Doesn't make me a good person, right? And to satisfy you, I have zero want nor need to satisfy you. I just want to understand that. But for those who really tap in, and if I irk anybody's nerves, I promise you that Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg built in this thing into this app that you can press on follow, because I think that it's a mental illness to pay attention to things that you don't like or agree with. And I'd rather just have people that's tapped in that want to build. So now that we got that out the way, I want to talk a little bit about Ghana. Threads and Meta, and then a little bit about trading and options and the skill sets, right? You know, a lot of people, number one, with this whole Threads thing, I think it has an opportunity to be a better version of Twitter. And by a better version, I'm not talking about from a technological standpoint. I'm really talking about from a communicative one. What I noticed, and crowns are dropping next week. We're going to be able to pre-order some of the new crowns. We got new stuff coming. But what I'm noticing is that in my brief observation of Threads, while I was sewing together my thoughts, what I realized was that, you know, people on there want something fresh and they want something new. They don't want the same Twitter. When you go on Twitter, it's bombarded with people you don't like. You got to hear things you don't want to see. You know what I mean? It's like they're constantly trying to get you to comment and showing you people that you disagree with, so it creates conflict. So it's anxiety once you go on there. And this is what people didn't realize at first. Like, damn, Twitter is actually giving me anxiety, right? And this anxiety you're addicted to, and you keep going back and forth to it. Twitter used to have a limitation on its characters, and this character limitation was so that it actually makes your sentencing and whatever you put out there more aggressive. And it also makes you more misunderstood. So instead of people taking a step back and say, I know what he was trying to say, the aggressiveness of you condensing your thoughts into just a few characters makes it more aggressive to where more people are responding, right? And sharing polarized thought processes, right? Now, with them increasing the amount of characters, you know, it allowed people to get their thoughts out, right? And to be less to be less misunderstood. And so therefore, you know, it may decrease the amount of people who share it, right? Because people like sharing stuff that they hate. People like sharing stuff that they love, right? People like sharing stuff that they disagree with to show other people. So if you understand the person, then you may, you know what? All right, I get that thought. You may keep going about your business, right? So these companies have to figure out ways to increase the amount of engagement and usage on these particular platforms. Now, what Mark Zuckerberg understands, right, is that, number one, he had to compete with Twitter, right? And it's because he's been getting called out by Elon Musk for a little minute now, right? But at the same time, he understood that because that's his motto, he copycats anything he can't buy, he'll just copycat that and roll out that same particular tool. Now, what he did that was smart is when you go on Threads, whoever you're following already from Instagram, because they're connected, you will follow that person on Threads. So I got probably like 30,000 followers almost on Threads already, because these are people that's already interested in my thought process, already interested into the brand. And it goes to another point on why having a brand is so important, right? And, you know, when you go on there, a lot of people, what I see is that you don't have a brand on Instagram, but somehow you think that it's going to spill over onto Threads, and then all of a sudden people are going to like what you're doing and have to say. So people come on there like, oh, I'm not good at apps. You know, I don't know what to say. I don't know, what are we doing here? And it's like, be intentional, number one, right? If you're intentional about what you're building, right? then you have a blueprint, right? You know what real estate you want to take up. You know what lane that you want to be in. And this is a fresh space. So it's almost like a fresh start. So if I see somebody on there and they're talking about technology and I like what they're saying, I don't care what their previous brand is because I don't know them. I might see this thread one time and be like, you know what? I actually like this thought process. Now, if you're consistent in that, then I will stay following you for that same thought process. So you get this opportunity of starting fresh and, thinking about the stories that you're telling and thinking about the brands that you're building when it comes to any new social media engagement, right? So for me, I want to make sure that what I'm putting on threads is intentional so that as a person is going through day 1 to day 1,000, right, they're tapped into me. This is not mine. Oh, you ordered something from? All right, I'll take it. So a lot of people don't think like that, and a lot of people aren't intentional, and a lot of people aren't building brands. But this is your opportunity to build one, right? This is a platform that has grew exponentially faster than any other platform in history. And you have to understand information and energy transfer is happening at a rate never seen before in human history. It took 5 days to ChatGPT to reach that million users, and it took 2 hours, right, for Threads to reach that. And that's because Mark Zuckerberg already has the data to be able to transfer energy into a new system. So you're seeing things being built out in a quantum, aspect. We can make quantum leaps and things are happening instantaneous. So you have to understand the type of reality that we're in. We're not in a slow type of reality no more. You got to be marked fast. You got to move. You got to execute. You got to be on it now. You understand me? It's not time to be slow. So when you see this mass migrations onto these new fields of energy, these new fields of communication, these new fields of thought, these is the collective consciousness migrating into different areas. And these areas, they're hoping that these areas can be safe spaces. They're hoping that these areas can be something refreshing and something new. So if a person is going to Threads, it's because they want to see something new. And then some people are going there for the opportunity of saying, I can't miss out on this. So we always talk about the 4 phases. 4 phases, they did beta testing. And then you got revolutionaries that say, oh, I like Threads, I'm going to get on. They heard about it and they'll jump on. Then you have the people that word of mouth. You're not on Threads? I'm on Threads. You should be on Threads. And they're like, okay, how is it? Well, it's cool. I think I like it. Those people jump on. Then you got the 3rd phase. Like, there's so many people on Threads that if I'm not on it, then there's something wrong with me. And I'm going to miss out on opportunities. So they get on Threads. Then you got the 4th phase of people who feel like they're too good to ever get on. So they won't get on just because everybody is on. Right? And they're going to be voicing their opinion the loudest as if it matters. But it don't actually. Right? And then a lot of those people end up getting on not because they want to, but because out of necessity, because their customer base is actually there and the attention grab is actually there. Right? Now, what does this say as well for the future of communication and mass migration? Now, it's a lot that I can go into that, but I also want you to look at it from an investment standpoint, because a lot of people will look at, excuse me, I don't mean to eat in front of y'all, but these plantains gotta hit while they hot. But look at it from an investment standpoint, right? Metal was never going anywhere, and it was never going down because they have the most valuable thing on the planet, which is the planet's data. Right? And all they have to do is think about ideas and products on how to aggregate that data and turn it into a product. They was already had a platform where they were selling everybody's data and allowing people to utilize that attention to convert that into profit. Now they're just doing that for themselves. So they rolled out badges, instant success. They rolled out threads, instant success. So it's the same thing as if somebody has a show on YouTube like myself that gets millions and millions of views, and let's say advertisers say, Keys, I don't want to be on there no more, we not flush with cash. And I say, okay, well, I'll put my own product on there, right? So guess what? Now, instead of me subletting my audience out to you, I'm going direct to audience, right? And then I'm directly monetizing, which is what we started to do from the beginning because I already understood that concept. So this is what Mark Zuckerberg and this is what Facebook is starting to do now. The Oculus has been a hit, right? Everybody's talking about Apple coming out with a $3,000, a spatial virtual reality headset, which will be big. But Oculus has already been doing it in the VR space for a very long time. Right? They played in the crypto space, the NFT space, the blockchain space. They get into every single space. They're a company that experiments. If something fails, they pick something else up and they go win with it. That's a company that's going to have an eternal growth, right? Now, they even rolling out things with artificial intelligence as well, and people not paying attention to that. Threads is hot right now, right? The Oculus thing is going to be even bigger, especially when Apple gets in the space. It's going to grow the space, because if you can't afford a $3,000 one, well, shit, I might just get the $1,000 one or the $500 one. And if Apple doesn't have a tier to where it's available for the mass public, people still going to want to get some of these apps that's built out on these particular, or for these particular headsets. So looking into the future allows you to understand what to invest into the now, right? So I would say, I'm up 50% on Meta stock right now, right? My brother, he's up like 1,000,000,000%, something like that. He's crazy, okay? But the point of it is that when you see these new entities roll out, we can look at these from a consumer standpoint, or we can look at it from an investment standpoint. Right, from an investment standpoint, the information you receive, to where you're hearing people give data and feedback on, like, oh, I like Threads, I like this. That's letting you know they have a good product. That's letting you know that this product is going to turn profit for them. Right? That's letting you know that the company is growing in popularity. You want that as an investor into a stock, that when they roll out a product, everybody is excited about it, and it is now challenging an existing social media platform. Right? So that means that, what if you take a percentage of your check, or what if you learn how to trade options, and you can put what's called a leap option, to where you can bet on this company going up in the future and the value of that stock rising in the future based on investors believing in this company as well. Right? The sentiment around this company starts to grow. The investor confidence starts to grow. The consumer confidence starts to grow. And now more people are pouring money into this company because they want to own it as well, because they want a percentage of those profits, right, as it grows. So that means that there's an opportunity for me to make money. Now, I could have just said that to everybody, and a person like, well, I don't know where to get started. Now, yes, you can go on YouTube and you can just learn by yourself. But here's the thing, and this is why I partner with Aristotle, because the brother is doing it and he does live trading. That means that you can get in there and actually live trade, meaning that, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, you should do the same, you should do the same. He can take you through the beginning steps, right? The beginner's course of actually learning how to do it. And it's something you can sit down with your family. I know a lot of y'all go cheating, take the course and sit down and be 5 people in the living room learning at once. You know what I mean? You sitting there with your bae and y'all learning at the same time. Like, you're developing a skill set that you can take around the planet Earth and you can learn. And by creating it to where it got AI updates built into it, number one. Not only got the AI updates, you got the free ebooks. One of them, I'm putting my ebook in there, and they already got free ebooks that's going to teach you, right? You get into the Discord, you get the free beginners course, you get the live trading, you get all of that, and now you're on your pathway to seeing things in a different capacity. So instead of you just living the normal, mundane life where, because you can do long-term trading, short-term, day trading, whatever, that's up to you. But what I want you to do is to get the education. What I want you to do is to get the knowledge. And once you have the knowledge, now you have a skill set that you can't unlearn. And there's so many people that don't even realize that they will be good at it, because some of you all may have the type of brain, the type of emotional intelligence. I just want you to think of it like this. You can go to college and go into debt and never learn a money skill. That no matter where you go across the planet Earth, you can utilize that skill to make money. And some people pay $100,000 for this debt, right? And sometimes people never get out that debt because of the interest that's growing on the debt. So when a person is able to sit down and say, you know what, I'm going to give you some knowledge that you can possibly turn into a career. I mean, if at the very least you just educated yourself on investments and how the economy works, and now you have a different way of viewing money and looking at the world and the free market around you. So that type of empowerment, that's for the people who have a wealthy mindset, because they say, yeah, I can go buy food for $25, but where's the food for thought to where I get knowledge, where I've empowered myself? Because only the poor person looks at knowledge and don't understand the value of it. A rich man will pay 25,000 for it. He'll pay 25 million to learn something that he knows is going to bring him in, right? Increase, right? But the poor person said, teach me for free because I don't value knowledge, and give me your time for free because I don't value time. And then the person that has it said, well, if you don't value my time, I don't value yours. If you don't value my knowledge, I have no reason to teach it. Right? So while we're in Ghana, you're able to join in, for that $25. And I'm ready to see the testimonials that people are going to have. When they get in, you're going to see how great everything is. And this is like a no risk involved type of thing because it's so low that it's not even nothing that you can miss. You know what I'm saying? But I do caution everybody to actually learn because I want to see, within a year time, like how much you've grown, right? Like if you don't have nobody in your environment that's a multi-millionaire like my brother that can teach you, you know what I'm saying, that's built a multi-million-dollar portfolio, that's made hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars actually learning. Like I'm taking a trade from him. Like I'm trying to stay as close as possible. This brother got the information. Relationships is wealth. You know what I'm saying? And then when you get inside a community of other people that's learning, now you're changing your environment because the people around you ain't doing that. You know that. You know your mom, uncle, dad, sister, uncle, partner, baby mama, person you just met. They ain't got no game for you. So you can go talk to them until you blue in the face. You know what I'm saying? But who will give you $1 million worth of game? So you got to be careful. If you say you got a goal to want to produce and increase your life, you know what I mean? But you're not doing the things and making the investments within self that will provide the increase in life. So, yeah. Go sew that on the threads. Put that on the threads. You feel me? There was a lot of people that joined in last night. So, once we hit our mark, we'll probably go stop adding people in. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. This is about to be great. Press 1 if you're ready to tap in and get into this Honey Drip Network and start learning this trading. I got to eat some food. I'm hungry. I just worked out. All right, so let's see. How do I get back to them? Get me back to them. I'm clicking too many things. I'm seeing too many numbers.
Right. I don't even know how you got there.
Hey, I just tapped something. I ain't trying to see everything. All right, see these people there. Yeah.
So it'll be wherever one says 19, it'll say 91 that one. Then you can just see that's how many people.
Oh yeah, I see we got KJ in here. We got James in here. Shayna, welcome. Ikua, welcome. Martell, welcome. Khalil, welcome. Christina, Michael Doss, Joshua Johnson, Antoine Johnson, Brian Hayes, Sabrina, Mark, Anthony, Eugene, Daryl, Tabitha, Okafele. You know why I love doing this too? And this is my selfish thought. When I be traveling around the world and people give me them testimonials, I love that. I'm not gonna lie, that's like gospel to my ears. Keys, you grew my business. You helped me make money, man.
It's like the moon and the stars. Like, so that way, I give them a specific role. That way, they know they came from him. Like in the Discord. It'll give them like a crown. It'll give them a moon and a star.
So,
it's funny. Look at Asia back. She had this tattoo on her.
Isaiah Savanda.
Show them your back tattoo.
So, y'all, everybody got to go click the link in the bio. It's going to be up there for the next 24 hours. Make sure you join. Once you do, screenshot. Let me know that you evolved. We'll see you inside the Discord. It's time to start learning. It's time to start building. It's time to stop procrastinating. It's money everywhere, man. Get into the flow of it. I'm having a conversation with, a brother who's known out here as a billionaire. And he was showing me his vision for Ghana. We was just talking about, resources and skills and network. Like, there was the 3 things you got to have. You got to have skills, right? You got to have network. You got to have resources, you know? And if you got all three of those, then you're ready to be successful. But, you know, you got to rub shoulders with the right people, and that's why we network and that's why we build. So I see y'all in the Honey Drip Network.
One subscriber, so when you
Let me see. If y'all got any questions before I go, let me know. I want to make sure I finish up. I didn't know you was live. I'm tapped in right now. Yes, sir. Lock in. If you like travel, check out. All right. All right, I think that's it. Yeah, man. I can't wait to see. You know, some people they surpass the beginner stage, and some people end up firing their job. You know, and I don't suggest nobody. You got to have capital that you can use to invest and to trade. So that's not my suggestion starting off. But if you ever get to that level where the income that you're making from trading surpasses the income that you're making from working, then you already know what you want to do. That way. Peace, family.